21-year-old and he sees this 1-year-old toddler and he's like, hey, I'm gonna wait for you.
My partner is way older than me. He already knows a lot of things. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Angeline.
Hi, my name is Dew.
I think this is for us to answer. So, what is essential in your day-to-day life?
Food. Words of affirmation from my husband. Yeah, spending time with those who matter to me. Also, just having personal time for myself.
For me, I think if you ask me for an object or an item, I think I'll go with AirPods or earpiece. I really need music in life.
Yep. Agreed, yeah.
What are you most grateful for in your life?
My husband and the love that I receive from him, my family, and how they care about me. Yeah. So just love and care from those who really matter to me. Yeah.
Same. So I think mine is also family, and then also like being grateful for all the chances that I've been given so far in life. Study, being able to have a job, all this and that. I think these are things that I'm more than grateful for. Yeah.
Tell each other a summarized version of your life story.
Currently, I'm a student and I'm interning right now as well. So I'll be finishing my studies in a few months, hopefully. So I have different kinds of commitments. Being an alumni in my secondary school band, as well as volunteering for the residence committee as well to help people, the residents in need.
I'm a third culture kid, meaning that I am not originally from Singapore. I'm actually from Thailand and I moved here with my family like years ago when I was a kid. I'm in a band and I'm a theater practitioner. So it's something that I really enjoy because drama and theater is something that I had an interest in since I was a little kid. So next, both to answer, give your honest opinion of the person sitting opposite you.
You first? I first?
Okay, I'll go first. I like that you volunteer for all the charity jobs that you mentioned. I think that's very admirable. You mentioned like, oh, I don't really have time for drama club, but yet you have time for charity. So treat yourself, girl. Like take care of yourself. Do things that you want as well. Even though yes, doing charity work is fantastic.
That is something I need to constantly remind myself.
Yeah.
My first impression of you is that the moment you walk in is like, oh, am I like able to talk to you? Is like you look very fierce and all. But you assured me.
Yes.
I mean, up to now, it's like you seem quite fine.
Yes. Yeah. I don't bite.
I mean, I don't bite too. Yeah, it's gonna be a chill conversation today.
Yep, just chill.
What are some of your dating red flags?
Guys who are very handsy, like, no, hello, like consent is a thing, so please don't touch me. I definitely did not want anybody controlling. So I'm like, I am a free woman, I'm an independent woman, right? So it's fine to want to lead, but to be controlling, I was like, no, bye, like, bye.
I agree with all your points so far. Yeah, like, okay, I think it's just my own personal opinion.
Okay.
But I wouldn't want to date guys that are smoking, like smokers.
Oh yeah, ew, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I can't take it. The
Okay, and
smell
like
is a no-go.
kissing somebody who is a smoker also like ew.
Yeah,
right?
I can't. I totally can't accept that kind of things. Like,
Yeah.
I can't take the smell.
Yeah, same. I totally hate smoking, yeah.
What would you consider to be a large age gap between partners?
10 years and close to 10 years. I feel like perhaps even more than 5 years is already dicey for me.
I think my cutoff will be way different from you.
Okay.
Mine is 20.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if you consider, like, let's say if your partner is really most ideal, ready to settle down and is okay to understand you, all this and that, I think 20 would be the max I can go as well. Like, yeah.
I'm just imagining like this 21-year-old and he sees this 1-year-old toddler and he's like, hey, I'm gonna wait for you. I mean, I know if I put it that way, it's a bit like, ooh, but.
I mean, that's when you think when they're like young.
Yeah.
But when they are old, like let's say they're of legal age, then yeah, I think that's what
still sounds a bit wrong, but okay.
It depends on how you think as well.
Okay. All right, next question. Why do you think there is a lot of controversy surrounding relationships with large age differences?
One thing that really actually says is the social standing. Yeah, the difference in lifestyle. So it's like people would generally tend to talk about it. It's like, how is the guy or girl going to wait for you? How are they going to match their mindset as well?
My view is that, yeah, if somebody is significantly younger, like what you mentioned, somebody's a student and the other person's a working person, then people might be like, the younger one's like a gold digger.
What is the largest age difference between you and your partner, current or previously?
I would say 10 years.
Previous? Your
My
ex.
previous, yeah. I met him when I was a teenager and he was pushing 30.
Legal or not legal?
Legal, but it's still barely legal.
My ex, I started off with same age first, followed by a guy that's 2 years older than me. Then now my current is 9 years older than me.
How would you describe your relationship with that person, current or previously?
My current boyfriend, like my partner, he is actually very tolerant, very accepting. That's his first relationship. So I guess he's more new to this, that's why he doesn't have experience and all. So I guess I'm the one like telling him things to do. If you don't tell him that, it's like there's no way you can not get angry with him, I tell you.
Okay.
And he respects me also. Like when I get angry, I'm the fire, he's the water.
You need that in a relationship. You can't both be
Yeah,
fire,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I guess it's ideal now because I have more than what I needed.
I feel that he definitely groomed me in a very predatory way. And I looked up to him because he was 10 years older than me. You know, I felt that, he's more mature. He's seen more things. He has more friends. He knows a lot of things. So I really listened to him. But yeah, like I really think he took advantage of me.
Discuss why large age gap differences in a relationship are okay or not okay. Being in this kind of thing is okay for me because I own self know what I want. So I would prefer to find guys who have stable income, financial status, CPF, whatnot, to be stable. Yeah, definitely. I think the guy that I'm with right now, the partner I'm with, is very mature because I'm not very experienced in life yet. But my partner is way older than me. He already knows a lot of things. So I would actually listen to him at times. Whatever he has said so far in my arguments and whatnot, he's the one that actually makes sense.
Why I think it's not okay, from my experience, you are definitely at different stages in your life. I'm not just generalizing it, but from my experience, it's like, I feel like the older partner, they know what they want in their life. And the one in their 20s, they're still discovering themselves. If you are with somebody who's not on that same path as you, not at the same level as you, could be detrimental because you might look up to that person who is older than you. You'll be influenced by them and sort of take it as the gospel truth because, they're so old and wise and I have to listen to them. And I'm so young and stupid, so, I don't know anything. I'm a baby duckling, And you might be influenced in that sense. And then those opinions or those ideologies that you grow up with might not actually be your own. What are the benefits of being with someone who is much older or younger?
Can't vouch for others or can't say for others, but for myself, the benefits that right now me and my partner has is, I would say, the maturity. Yeah, I consider myself still learning things, and I am not as mature as him, who has gone through probably more things than I do. Then financial status. I don't want to be the one supporting the relationship all the time.
Yeah, of course it's nice to have somebody support you. What do you think of the person who has to support that somebody?
Yeah, I can find my own money, I can support myself, it's fine. Yeah, I don't want to burden. As much as I would want to be the one getting supported by and all this and that, but if there are situations where I know that you are tight on your hands for valid reasons and whatnot, I am okay to understand you. If both parties are consenting adults, Why should we be wary of the large age gap difference?
Difference in lifestyle. There was this singer in the news recently. He's married to like an older woman. I'm not sure how many years, but they were on the brink of divorce recently, and they were in the news, like on social media and whatever. People were saying things like, oh, she wanted to, stay home and sleep, and he wants to go clubbing. And the jokes were pretty much in that same vein. It's just differences in lifestyle.
I think for my case, then again, it's my own experience. Yeah, as much as I want to enjoy this thing with you, but if it makes you uncomfortable about it, then then I wouldn't want to force it on you and like make you unhappy.
Yeah. Maybe at this point in time, you're like, no, it's fine. But then, 5 years later, you're like, no, it's fine. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that resentment will grow, like not in your relationship specifically, but sometimes in a relationship, I feel like if you keep on like holding yourself back or stifling yourself and you're unable to do something that you truly want, resentment could breed because it was because of that partner that you were unable to do, such and such activity or go to such and such place.
I mean, after all, in a relationship, it's really a give and take. Like,
yes,
no matter what the final conclusion is, somebody has to step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When should we take things like grooming into consideration when it comes to relationships with large age gaps?
You can date someone that is older than you, but it's up to your own risk whether you choose to want to believe that person or not. Yeah. A hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grooming part comes in when, like, the guy actually treats you very well, assumes that everything is all good and whatnot, until that person, the younger one, just thinks that, oh, the guy, whatever the guy says is correct. Probably I should just follow that guy, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's not very healthy because you are always constantly following the older one and not having your own decisions, your own thoughts, just because you think whatever the adult says is right.
To be dating somebody out of that age gap in their 30s, for example, they already know what they want in life. They already know who they are. So I feel like you can easily be manipulated if you are from the younger age gap.
If my partner and I share similar values and interests, why would age be a factor in our relationship?
That's probably what got you together in the first place. But yeah, like you can say like you have similar values. Like for example, we have similar values like we really value family life. But then how you view family values could be very different from somebody who is perhaps 5 to 10 years older or younger than you. Yeah, and it might not be on the same exact wavelength.
If it's like same family values but in a way of different thinking, that's when you and your partner have to communicate what kind of things that can be similar and can be different. But I would say focus on the one that is similar and work on it. I mean, you can talk about the differences as well, but it depends on how you choose to solve it as well. At the end of the day, a relationship is between two people. Why should we take into account the concerns of those outside of the relationship?
As much as I want to say like we shouldn't care about everybody else around us, it would be a lie to say that I truly don't care what people think. But I think ultimately it is up to me, up to us to just do whatever you feel is good for your life, because only you truly know what is good for you.
You chose this relationship. Whether you make mistakes or you learn from it, it's all up to you. You shouldn't let people's word define you.
After hearing from each other, what are your thoughts on the matter and how does it compare to what you thought before the conversation?
So I think after this conversation, I get to know more about stories and how probably not everything have to be smooth all the time. Yeah.
I still feel that you should be a little older. So for example, if you were in your 30s dating somebody in your 40s, that's a bit more okay to me than somebody who's a teenager dating somebody in their 20s or 30s. Like that's still a big no-no to me.
What did you learn from each other? You can go first.
It can be okay to be in different life stages and different age gaps as long as there's no manipulation going on. There's mutual respect, there's open communication. You're very clear in what you both expect out of the relationship, and you are headed towards the same goal.
I think what I learned from you is that we may have make mistakes in life, but still at least we got out of it, we learn from our mistakes and we move on in life. We do not dwell on it.
Yeah.
Do you think we should have conversations with people who disagree with our beliefs?
Yes, I do. Because that's the way that you can actually learn. You are not supposed to have a conversation with somebody to try to convert them or for you to be converted. It's just interesting to hear why they think the way they do, why they do things the way they do. You can totally disagree with it, respectfully. Yeah, don't shut them down. Don't, like say mean things or whatever. Just let it be. If you really don't agree with it, then just let them be.
Like I said earlier, we go through different things. You can't expect yourself to be following like whoever
The same path, yeah.
Correct.
Do you think you can be friends with me?
Of course, why not?
Add me on Insta.
Okay, can, sure. We can still talk.
Yeah.
About other things, what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can be friends with you too. Yes, I will give you my Insta later. You can be friends.
Sorry, can I pause? Yeah. I'm hungry.